Blake Lively lawsuit saga is lighting Hollywood on fire, and today Ryan made a jaw-dropping move that might just leave Blake out in the cold. What is your reaction to today's events? Ryan's attempt to get dismissed from Baldwin's lawsuit. So here's the situation. Longtime actor-director Justin Baldoni was working on his passion project, and somehow Blake Lively allegedly set her sights on directing that very film. According to rumors, she wanted to prove she could become the next big behind-the-camera star, following in the footsteps of people like Reese Witherspoon and Scarlett Johansson. There's two courts that are playing out right now. Millions of dollars are at stake. But when Justin poked at Blake's supposed power grab, it ignited a chain reaction that dragged in Ryan Reynolds, along with other A-list pals from Taylor Swift to Hugh Jackman. There's going to be a lot stronger defamation claims against Ryan Reynolds, because could you imagine the text messages between him and Hugh Jackman? As they're putting together all of these scenes, it's going to get crazy. So next thing you know, accusations of extortion, defamation, and false light were flying around faster than a blockbuster trailer on premiere weekend. Here's where things got truly wild. The lawsuit began to threaten not just everyone's bank accounts, there's talk of hundreds of millions of dollars on the line, but also their squeaky clean Hollywood reputations, which, as we know, can be priceless. Insiders say that losing in the court of public opinion can crush deals, endorsements, and future projects. I think of all the friends that they're losing here, and these people have to be furious. They're all going to have to pay for the associated inconveniences, the travel, the lawyers. If you jack anyone getting deposed who's got to make arrangements for it, if they have to get their own lawyers, or whatever it is. And here's Ryan should be looking out for them, and not himself. So Ryan, ever the savvy showman, evidently tried a classic Hollywood legal maneuver. He filed for a dismissal, hoping the judge would set him free from this entire fiasco. He's apparently arguing that any snarky comments or comedic bits he made about Justin Baldoni were purely satirical, protected speech, folks. So how can you hold him liable for defamation? That's what he's banking on, at least. Na na boo 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 boo. On the defamation claim, you can't touch me because it's satire, right? He's arguing that satire, and it is satire is protected speech, and that when he assumed this nice pool character, oh well, you got hurt feelings, but it does not rise to an actual defamation claim. But the real question is, why is he doing it now, and who is he really leaving behind in the dust? According to some sources, this is all about avoiding the dreaded discovery phase where text messages, emails, and behind-the-scenes group chats might become public record. Rumors abound that Ryan's private banter, especially with Hugh Jackman or even Taylor Swift, could reveal deeper animosity and possibly more manipulative scheming than anyone wants the world to see. And it's like, buddy, extortion is a lot bigger than that. You made threats to go public with sexual harassment claims so that your wife could take over the movie which you wrote scenes for. There's no wiggling out of this like that. They have definitely met, I would say, the preliminary standard to go through until we get to some discovery, and my guess is when we get to that discovery. But Ryan's not the only one quaking in his boots, with big names like Taylor Swift caught up in this swirl. And the internet has a meltdown whenever she's involved. People are speculating that the real ticking time bomb is what might appear in her phone if she subpoenaed juicy text strings or hush-hush strategies on how to corner Justin Baldoni. Meanwhile, poor Justin is painted as this peace-loving man, bun-wearing, hey, we guys need to do better figure who, according to the countersuit, never in a million years would be pulling the shady moves that Blake and Ryan's camp pinned on him. I went through Justin Baldwin's Instagram and he just seemed like a puppy, and I read it just didn't add up to me that this guy was secretly just dying to talk about pornography all the time and talk about his porn addiction, and wanted her to look at pornography. I'm going, this is just not this is not the Instagram feed I'm looking through. And I went back years and I was frustrated by how nice, phony, and he's doing TED Talks about we men need to be better. He's that man bun, male apologist, that it would really fly in the face of everything he's put out there about himself. This saga doesn't end there either. Fans and insiders claim that if Ryan's dismissal attempt fails, he could be forced to spill all during depositions, a scenario that might bring skeletons tumbling out of every closet in the Reynolds Lively household. And let's not forget Blake Lively, though she's been known for her sweet persona, red carpet elegance, and that endearing all-American girl image. Chatter from those in the know paints a different picture. Allegedly, she's a privileged starlet who never quite learned to take no for an answer. People suspect that once she locked onto Justin's movie, she wouldn't rest until she controlled it, or at least emerged the victor in the swirling power struggle. There's even a theory that this isn't merely about her ambition but also about overshadowing her husband's ex, Scarlett Johansson, who left Ryan Reynolds in the dust years ago. and who's currently forging her path as a director to add in the drama that Scarlett was potentially collaborating with the same production company or had ties to it, and you've got a messy love and power triangle that practically writes its own tabloid headlines. First and foremost, I want to say Ryan himself has referenced him being gay about like 30 times via various skits, some skits that were in movies, some skits that were just a part of the Golden Globe. No one says like hints that he's gay more than Ryan Reynolds does. Even more incredible, some watchers say that if there was even a hint of chemistry between Blake and Justin, Ryan's reaction could have been fueled by jealousy leading to bigger blow-ups behind the scenes, or maybe, as a few insider rumors claim, Ryan's deeper insecurities spring from alleged daddy issues that he himself talked about in a bizarre skit referencing lifelong emotional baggage from his childhood. Although we have no proof, the speculation is that he's channeling this anger and frustration into an intense vendetta against Baldoni, especially once he realized Justin was all about mindful self-improvement. Now the friend group is reportedly at a breaking point. Hugh Jackman, once a comedic partner in Ryan's playful social media feuds, is said to be exasperated by the possibility of getting deposed. Bradley Cooper and other high-profile pals might likewise get dragged in force to cough up receipts, text messages, and any insider knowledge on how this fiasco began. According to one source, a big chunk of the Hollywood circle is livid that Ryan appears to be looking out only for himself by bailing on the lawsuit, leaving them vulnerable to legal fees, bad press, and career-ruining paparazzi speculation. Meanwhile, the ever-shrewd Taylor Swift is smack in the middle of the rumor mill. Not because she's officially named in any lawsuit, but because people think she's been privy to or involved in behind-the-scenes chatter. She might have texted supportive notes to Blake, or perhaps something more incriminating, depending on whom you believe. The very idea of Taylor Swift's phone blowing this case wide open has fans salivating for any whiff of gossip, turning social media into a feeding frenzy. Lawyers on both sides, especially Brian Friedman, who's representing Justin Baldoni, have shown they're not afraid to go scorched earth. Friedman's statement made it crystal clear Ryan's not getting off that easily. We're talking about a boatload of evidence and a paper trail that could implicate Ryan in alleged extortion attempts, where the threat of exposing personal secrets or claims against Justin was used to gain directorial control for Blake, or so the countersuit contends. They're going to understand what the implications are of putting Taylor Swift under oath and going through Taylor Swift's text messages. And by the way, I think a lot of people are correctly assessing that it's Taylor Swift's messages that they don't want to provide insight into, but I'm going to go with it's also Ryan Reynolds. I think Ryan Reynolds has a few secrets in the closet too that they don't want people to be taking a look at, and it's going to destroy these people. That's why they wanted this attorney's eyes only privilege. Ryan's rebuttal that he never received any money might not mean squat. Because even if you didn't profit, if you threaten someone's livelihood or reputation, that can still be extortion under the law. And that's where the real meltdown could happen, folks, once the court sees those group texts and emails. Yes, that's right, the group texts rumored to include jokes about Justin, manipulative tactics to exclude him, or top secret stunts to control his film. What point did it become clear to you that Blake Lively was the aggressor in this now epic showdown? Was it right after was it when Baldoni dropped the countersuit? Was it when Brian Friedman put up the website with the 170 pages and all the texts? Or was it right away when the Times wrote right away, I've always had an intuition about her? And I've always had an intuition about Taylor Swift, and like the branding of the nice girl stuff, tensions have skyrocketed to the point where some believe Blake herself is facing a career crisis. She built her brand on being relatable, sweet, and philanthropic, but if the public sees that she allegedly orchestrated a CRD complaint or had a major hand in it that misrepresented private material like a birth video mistaken for explicit content that might destroy her public credibility, it's the classic case of America's sweetheart versus the hard truth, and watchers are dying to see how it all unravels. Observers say that if Ryan's dismissal fails and the lawsuit barrels forward, the hush-hush behind-the-scenes wrangling could lead them to beg for a settlement. But the twist is that Justin Baldwin's side doesn't want some hush-hush agreement with zero accountability. They want a high-profile apology and open admission that the accusations were baseless or weaponized. Will Blake and Ryan swallow their pride enough to publicly say, "We were wrong, we lied you," or anything that humiliating? That's the 100 million question, considering the entire fiasco erupted over power plays, an image it's hard to picture them publicly groveling just to make amends. Now the trial is scheduled for March 2026, giving us a full year or more of potential legal bombs to drop. But the real battle is happening right now in the media. It's happening on Twitter, Instagram, entertainment shows, and yes, here on YouTube, where every new filing or statement becomes instant fodder for commentary videos. The question on everyone's mind, does Ryan's push to exit the lawsuit mean he'll eventually throw his own wife under the bus, leaving her to answer for the fiasco? she allegedly started. We've already seen Leslie Sloan, Blake's publicist, attempt the same move, each claiming, "We had nothing to do with it." Like they can vanish in a puff of Hollywood smoke, but Justin's team remains unwavering. If you contributed to defamation or extortion or any behind the scenes sabotage, you're not walking away scot-free. To add yet another dash of intrigue, people are buzzing about the possibility that this entire meltdown might drag on until the information discovered is so scandalous that major studios or streaming platforms will blacklist the stars. After all, no production company wants to get stuck in the legal crossfire or lose big money if the leads of their next blockbuster are tarnished by scandal. And Hollywood saving face is everything, so you can bet Ryan is sweating bullets that something private might come to light about him that damages that beloved wisecracking persona he's built, because there was something about Justin Baldwin's character constantly talking about like the real Justin Baldwin doing this inner healing and childhood healing and addressing your true self that triggered him. And I do think that Blake opened up to him. Maybe he caught it on the cameras at their penthouse. He heard a conversation about him, and I think she opened up to Justin Baldwin about Ryan having these issues with his father, and he snapped. He completely snapped and lost the plot and wanted to assert dominance over Justin Baldwinian in the strangest of ways. And trust us folks, if the allegations that he's been harboring more personal secrets are even halfway true, it could be the biggest celebrity story of the decade. That's why we want you to weigh in down in the comments section. Do you think Ryan is simply trying a standard legal strategy to minimize his exposure and protect himself, which is frankly what most attorneys would advise, or is he turning his back on Blake at the worst possible moment? Did Blake, in her hunger to secure a directorial seat, actually unleash this entire storm, or is Justin Baldwin being overly dramatic about the behavior of two A-listers who quite frankly might just think they're above accountability? Also, are you waiting with bated breath to see if Taylor Swift's texts get subpoenaed? And if so, what earth-shattering revelations they might contain? Let us know your theories, your takes, and your hottest conspiracy ideas, because this is the Hollywood drama that seems to have everything: A-list stars, potential sabotage, personal grudges, rumored moral failings, and a whole mountain of money on the line. Smash that like button if you crave more show-stopping celebrity coverage, and be sure to hit subscribe so you never miss a single update. We're going to stay on top of every legal filing, every social media leak, and every rumor that breaks on this labyrinthine lawsuit, right up to the day the gavel drops or the settlement check clears. And trust us when we say this story is nowhere near finished, with allegations flying and the potential for more big names to be dragged in. The real fireworks might still be in someone's phone, just waiting to be revealed. So stay tuned, stay curious, and remember, when it comes to Hollywood secrets, there's always another twist lurking right around the corner. Thank you for watching, and buckle up, because as March 2020 inches closer, the Reynolds Lively Baldwin legal tango promises to keep the internet and the entire entertainment world on the edge of their seats. All right, show's over. Hungry for more twists? You know where to find us. Keep that popcorn hot. Wheel handle the drama. Want to catch the next showdown in real time?